Hello Leos, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, my dear pussycats, I've already pulled out cards. We're going to get talking about it. Now, whoever this is going to resonate with, it's very specific in that I think you are dealing with something legal here, or you're dealing with a law in some form. So, okay, your situation, so I went to the Shadows of the Middle Ages Oracle deck and pulled out what is Leo's situation right now? What is going on with Leo right now? So you had the Water card. You're like, okay, how does that have to do anything with the law? We're going to get there in a second. But the Water card, there's a lot of obvious messages that come in with the Water card, right? Like it can be about our intuition, it can be about our psychic abilities, it can be about like a lot of emotions too are down in the water. But the water is also like the symbol of all life on earth, and it's also like where all births originate from. Like every living organism is birthed out of some form of water, right? So it's almost like there's a situation where you're trying to either maybe birth yourself, or there's some type of growing pains going on here. But then I'm going to show your energy in a minute, and your energy is really good. But then the Tea Leaf Oracle deck is what I've gone into to accompany this, and this is the card that came out with the situation with the water is gavel. So it's like so obvious involvement with the law. So now, as I say that, there could be a law that is like, if you're saying, well, I don't know, not involved in any legal things or anything like that right now, Cindy. So there's also a possibility here, because this has something to do with birthing, and it's a situation around you. There could, now hear me out here, there could be some type of law that is coming into play, or is something that is being made law that could affect you or could be affecting you. Like, it's odd, right? Like because it's almost like birthing a law is the situation around you. So I kind of wonder too, like it could be something you're completely unaware of. You know, like you could be completely unaware of it. It could be something that's like right now, a law is being created in some area of life, and let's say 3 years from now, that law is going to support you in some way. I don't know. Like, that is a possibility with how this is coming across. But others of you might be involved in something right now that has to do with the law. Okay, so now this is your energy. You pulled out the Star. So don't you worry about a thing, honey. So like, don't you worry about a thing. I mean, you pulled out the Star, which is a really powerful card. It kind of says that you were going in the right direction. If there are any major changes going on in your life, to have hope in those changes, that they are taking you in the right direction here. You are definitely going in the right direction. And this is, I want to say you're also blessed and you're protected with the Star. The Tea Leaf Oracle deck that came out with that, with your energy, is Broken Bridge. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So this is, I don't know if that has something to do with the law thing, but if there's a problem that you've encountered or that you've been dealing with here, and the outcome that you were hoping for in that problem doesn't feel like it's supporting you, it's okay, because whatever direction that's taking you, right? Like if you can't cross that bridge, it's like, well, that bridge cannot be crossed, so I'm going to have to go in a different direction. I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to have to go down the river. I'm going to have to do, follow the water. That's the other thing I would say with that, with the bridge, because, but look at this. It's almost like the water has overtaken the bridge, doesn't it? It's odd. I feel a little bit like, this is very specific. It feels a little bit like there's a law here that has basically stopped you from going from one side to the other. I don't know what the other side is. I don't know what that is for you. I mean, maybe it's a restraining order. I hope you're being good, Leo. I hope you're being good, pussycats. Because the water is so like forceful looking in this card, and there's a storm above. It's almost like a perfect storm. Like two things have come together here that stop you from getting from one side to the other, or to bridging a conflict between you and another. The Star, I want to read it for you because I want you to, I think it's important that you focus on what this star card represents. Because it does look like... Oh, and look at this. Okay. It's laying on the table like this, right? You got the star and you have your bridge over on the other side. It's looking at... Look at this. The way this water... I don't know. I feel like in some way here, you're overpowered by whatever this is. Like the water, like it's not something you can stop. Oh yeah, no. I mean, even water carves through everything. This is not something. That's the situation. So as I'm going to go into this star card in a minute here, and that's why I feel like it's really important. I love that you pulled that out, because I think it's this big beacon of hope or this big beacon of light. It's like, don't worry about what's going on. That is not your outcome, like long term or whatever is meant to happen here, because you can't stop this water. The bridge was built to cross the water. Was there a bridge? So something here that was created, it's almost like a, it's weird too. It's almost like a law that was created that supported you, and now it's washed away. And it's coming from two spots, because it's the water in the river and it's all of the storm coming down in the card too. I mean, whatever this force is, no, it doesn't feel like you can win against it. Not in its arena. Because the water owns the river, and the water's also in the sky. Like, you're not, this bridge is, no. Okay, we're going to read the star in a minute. I want to show you your underlying. Okay, so your underline, you have two cards that are in the upright. You have barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. And then the sun, happiness and well-being. So what I say, it's almost like, yeah, I feel like something is lacking in my life, spirit, happiness and well-being. I don't know. Right? Like, it's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, God has a sense of humor. Okay, so star 16. This is your energy. So focus on this. I think it's really important that you focus on this. The star card represents hope, inspiration, and guidance. It signifies a sense of optimism in the presence of divine or spiritual forces at work in your life. So whatever is going on here, it may not feel like it presently based on the cards that I'm looking at, but it is for your highest good. The star card often indicates a renewed sense of purpose, a glimpse of your higher aspirations, or a reminder to stay focused on your goals. It encourages you to believe in yourself, trust the universe, and follow the path that aligns with your deepest desires. This is a card of luck. Currently, you are under a lucky star and close to success. Also, this card of reflection is also a card of reflection and intuition, which is fascinating because of the water energy. Okay, so even if this is not something legal, like in like a human sense, I feel like these are the laws of nature. It also feels like it's the laws of nature here that are being enacted. It's really powerful, whatever the situation is that you're involved in, and it's broken your bridge. Like, there's something really, really obvious here to me too. I mean, it could almost be something like let's say you lived in a town, right? And, oh wait, no, let's say like you live in a town, but it's divided by like a river or something with another town. And one town is, I don't know, like I don't know, there's something about like, I'm just trying to come up with because it's like laws, or there could be, like when I say laws, it could also be like regulations and things like that too. Is the other way that this is coming across, like it could, like some type of regulation, or like let's say a storm comes through and you always go over to the town to visit your friend, but you use that bridge, but then a storm comes through and the bridge gets knocked out. And I don't know, it's almost like maybe one town has different bylaws now about how to build a bridge compared to your town, and then the bridge can't be built. I don't know, it's just weird. It's like it feels like something you had access to, but now you don't. And it just feels like a force that nature just came in and did something. So I'm going to go into the tarot and see this one. Yeah. Water. Sorry, I just keep getting messages from this. This could have something to do too with like flooding. Like specifically for someone. Could have something to do with flooding or mudslides. But this is lucky for you. Maybe this bridge was broken. Like, okay, you know, let's continue on the story. It's a big metaphor, right? Like these two towns, you used to go over there all the time, visit your friends. A storm comes in, blows down the bridge. Because you're protected. This is like Aquarius to me. A little bit like what I'm about to describe. So all of a sudden the bridge is out and you can't go visit your friends and they can't come over. And there's, you know, the laws are trying to be agreed upon here with how we're going to rebuild the bridge. But then while that's happening, there's something that goes on in that town. Now there's all these bad people over there. I don't know. And so, right, because it's like, well, they can't come over to your town. So it actually protects you. It's weird. It's weird how this is coming across. Because it looks like this situation feels like, A, it doesn't support you. B, I used to have access to that. Why don't I have that anymore? But you're okay. You're okay and you're safe. And like that's what reminds me of the Aquarius reading, because there's something going, like it's like they're getting out of something before it gets even worse. They're getting out of something before it gets even worse. Right? And there's something like that here where it almost feels like you've been denied something before it gets worse. So, okay, we're going to try to shuffle again. Water. Water. Oh, see, 5 of Wands. There's conflict here. What's the gavel? Oh, the Star. Oh. Oh. Luck be a lady tonight for you, I'll say that. That's your energy. Okay, well, seeing how this is going. Wow, and now I'm really curious to come over here because that's you. That's you. Okay, okay. Let me see. The Star. So the Star is your energy. The Four of Cups. I don't think you can see this win. No. You can't see this win or you don't see this luck. Okay, now I'm saying like Cindy, look, Cindy, you know we talked to you through the artwork. So you see the Star feels out of reach, doesn't it? It's almost like something that feels out of reach. The broken bridge. Oh, you just have to learn how to fly. Get the 8 of Wands. Oh my God. I know we have to figure out the practical way to apply this. You could just fly. You just have to fly. You just have to take a big jump. That's really fascinating, right? Because, well, if it's not thunder and lightning, you fly over. You can fly over this broken bridge. Is that what you're trying to do? Or is that what you should be doing? I don't know if it's me or Larry. Okay. This card also feels like to me like these two are fighting over a resource. Like, no, those are the sticks I picked for my nest. No. I saw them first. Because of the water. But the water is staring so intensely at you. Like somebody's, there's a lot of conflict here. The involvement with the law is making it feel like the star or hope is out of reach. The Two of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, this is the situation, and the Queen of Swords. Nothing is out of reach for you. Right, because the star looks out of reach, but the Queen of Swords, you can see how, like, even just with her mind, she's harnessing it. There's nothing here that can stop you. There's no law of man. There's no force of nature. There's no law of man and no force of nature that can stop you from bridging a gap in your life here. If some of you are going through some type of a legal situation, you may be left feeling kind of like empty, sort of like feeling empty inside, or you could be dealing with someone who's feeling kind of empty, and they're just putting on a persona like, okay, this is the mask I'm going to wear now, and then this is the mask I'm going to wear later. The Six of Cups, oh, I love that. See, there's some sort of use of the mind here to be able to reach beyond what any, like, man-made law or force of nature may stop you from reaching. The Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and Awakening. Wow. Oh, I love it. Like, she's being born here with wings. How do you get over the broken bridge? You fucking fly. I'm getting, okay, there's something about this water that I don't know why. Well, it just is. It's just how, like, sometimes if the cards sort of come to life and they do a little story. That's funny. I'm hearing the song to the Green Forest. The stories you read about all come to life. Yes, the stories you read about all come to life. But that's what's happening with the cards. Because there's something about this water. It looks kind of angry at you. The water looks sort of angry. And I don't know if there's so many forces in the world. And I can't explain them all. And I don't know where they all come from and who's doing what with which. But I'm kind of inclined to believe, and it could be other people's conflicts that are creating some type of energy or vibe here that's stirring some type of emotional cesspool of, I don't know, maybe like separation, because the bridge indicates a separation of energies. And this water is just, it's almost like it's mad at you because you're learning to fly. And what can it do about it? That's the thing. It can't really do anything about it. Because the water also has to respect cycles. So it can't just constantly be a raging river, and it can't just constantly be an unrelenting storm. But it's almost as if the water believes, well, if I take out the bridge, Leo can't cross it. Leo has no access. But if Leo learns to fly, well, at some point I have to release the storm. I can't let it rain indefinitely. And then all this water is not going to rage down the river indefinitely. It's weird. It's like you've come to a solution. And I, the way I say that though, it's like you've come to a solution. But I'm putting, like, I am taking on the persona of this water energy. Like, Leo's come to a solution here. Is to learn to fly. And, right, there's a lot of metaphor, imaginary energy in this reading, but you see, that's where the power does lie here. Because, you know, it didn't cross my mind at all, which, I mean, it's so, because I was just so enthralled with what I was looking at and trying to understand it. But the minute I pulled that card out, I'm like, well, oh my God, of course. You just fly over the bridge. And here you are. There's the new plan here. 7 of Pentacles is indicating we need a new plan. You have to do something differently than what you've done before. And this is to fly. I want to say it's to release your mind. It's to not see the bridge if it's broken as an obstacle. It is to see this break as an opportunity to soar. To reach new levels of perspective. Yeah. You have justice at the bottom. You have the 9 of Pentacles and justice. Like, you are free, little bird. The way she's holding the little bird. Fly. It's kind of like God supports you to fly here. Because the forces of nature are not the forces of God. At least not, no, it doesn't feel like it. It's been too manipulated. Something's been too manipulated. I'm sorry, I'm just sort of downloading and being open to whatever's coming through. So there are higher forces here that neither man nor nature can stop you from utilizing. And bridging gaps here. That's what I have. That's like, wow, like a really deep ass crazy cool reading, to be honest. Sorry, I'm just contemplating a little bit. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I think I'm just going to continue to pull cards for this one and just see what happens on both sides, like of the situation and of your energy. And that's what I have for you, my dear pussycats. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.